Hi, this is Dr. Chaz again. Today is your second visit. This is a really important visit for us because we're going to be going over the findings from that exam from your initial visit. We're going to be looking at how you responded to that initial adjustment. We're also going to be looking at your x-rays and going over those in detail. What I look for when I'm looking at those x-rays, I want a good, nice and straight spine from the front. From the side, we want good curves. So you want a 45-degree curve in your neck, as well as a 45-degree curve in your lower back with healthy open discs. But we'll talk about that more in person with your specific x-rays in mind. We're also looking at just spinal health. So we're looking for arthritis and degeneration, and we're looking for just adaptation patterns in the spine that'll help me figure out how best to treat you. So today we'll also be getting you adjusted again. I wanted to talk about what it means to be adjusted. So you've been adjusted one time. You may have felt sore, you may have felt a little bit of achiness. Sometimes that happens when we first initially get those joints to move. And now as your body gets used to that change, we'll start to see faster, more rapid results, and you won't be achy, you won't be sore, things will be feeling much better as we go forward. But there's a thing that we look for called a spinal subluxation. Basically, a subluxation in chiropractic terms is a joint, a spinal joint, or any joint in the body that is not moving through its full range of motion. The way that we feel those is with my hands. So it's a process called palpation. I'm moving the spine and feeling where those fixations are, and then we apply that adjustment to those fixations, get that joint moving again, which number one decreases pain, and then it also decreases the stress on the body. I want to take a couple minutes and just talk about stress. There are three different ways that the body interprets stress. We have emotional stress, which we're very used to. That's the stress of having a job, having to pay your bills, having to take care of your kids. Those things that we experience every single day of our lives. There's also physical stress. So that can be pain. It can be joint fixation, like a subluxation. It can be from a trauma, like a slip or fall, or like a car accident, or an old sports injury. All of those things cause physical stress on our bodies. There's also chemical stress. So the things that we put into our body, the food that we eat, or also the things that we put on our body. So like our lotions, our deodorants, things that are toxic to our systems if we're not putting good things on or in our systems. The body only knows how to interpret stress. Doesn't matter how it's caused, physical, chemical, or emotional, one way. It activates the sympathetic or your fight or flight response. And in your fight or flight response, it's going to increase your blood pressure, it's going to increase your heart rate, it's going to increase the amount of sugar that's in your blood. It has all of these effects that are meant for you to either fight or run away from a threat. But you don't want to be in that state for a long period of time. You want to be in the parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest phase. That's what you want to be when you sleep, when you assimilate your food, when you digest your food. And what we found in the last 5 to 10 years, when you receive a chiropractic adjustment, it starts to address some of that physical stress that our bodies have been enduring for a long period of time, and it starts to bring your body out of that stress state into the resting state. So that's why people a lot of times, when they come see the chiropractor, initially they come in because they're in pain, but eventually they start coming in kind of regularly. For myself, I get adjusted every other week. I get a massage every other week just to maintain my body's capacity to manage my stress. So I don't want to be in that stress state. I want to be in the relaxed resting state. That's where I want to function most of the time, and I want my stress state when I need it, and then to quickly bounce out of it. And that's what the chiropractic adjustment does. It's like hitting the reset button on your neurologic computer. It naturally kicks you out of that stress state into your resting state. So people start to notice their blood pressure comes down, their heart rate is better, they sleep better, they eat better. And so what ends up happening is people transition from pain management to health management. So I have many patients that come in regularly just to maintain their health and make sure that they feel good and that their body's functioning at 100%. My favorite example is actually my wife. She was on anxiety and depression medications for a very long time because she was in a very stressed out state. And then she started seeing the chiropractor. And as she started to get adjusted and manage her stress levels better, she actually was able to take herself down on the amount of medication she was taking, and eventually her medical doctor decided that she didn't need it anymore, and she's been medication free from anxiety and depression for the last 10 years. And that's all just due to healthy eating, healthy habits, and then getting adjusted regularly to make sure that her nervous system is responding appropriately to stress. It has a profound effect on just your overall health. And the biggest thing I want you to take out of our appointment today is that number one, our goal is to make you feel better, help you with that pain management, and then number two, help you be the healthiest you can possibly be.